Alright, so it is some time for some maintenance on the 4Runner. I just put this new antenna on because the old one was like bent and super flimsy. So this I just got on eBay. I think it's a Tundra or Tacoma from the same year antenna, and it just screwed right in and it looks a lot better. I also threw in some new headlights I got from Rock Auto. Just like hella bulbs, and they're really easy. You don't have to take anything out. All you do is open up the hood, pop the cover off, and put them in there. So that has been done. I'm gonna do this armrest cover, but that will be, I'll probably do a separate video on that. But I've got some pads and rotors that I'm gonna do because the ones that are on there are super warped, so it shakes really bad whenever you brake. So I got some rotors and pads from Rock Auto for not a bad price, and it's pretty common for these rotors to warp after some time on these cars because the front brake, I mean all the brakes, they're all undersized, so a lot of people do a Tundra brake upgrade, but I didn't want to go to that trouble right now, and it was only 70 bucks for 2 rotors and the pads from a decent brand. So I'm going to go ahead and jack it up and get the wheel off so I can start on that. And then I've also got some speakers here because some of the door speakers are blown out, so I want to replace these. And then I also might try to polish it because you can see the paint is super oxidized, so we'll see what all I have time to get to. So I got it jacked up and the wheel removed. Then I just took the two 17mm nuts off the back of the caliper, and now I'm going to get the caliper off. And then I've got this tool here to press the piston back so that it will fit the new pads, and then we'll see how stuck this rotor is on there, which looks like I can move it already, so it should just come right off. And then I've got these nice rotors here that are powder coated so they won't get all rusty, and they should feel a lot better with these new pads, which I believe I got ceramic pads, so they should be low dust and a pretty decent pad. So to get the pads out, I forgot, since these are bigger calipers, these pins had to come out, so I just removed a little retaining spring back here, and they actually just slid out really easily. Normally with like Brimbos, I've seen you have to hammer them out, but this came out super easily. So I'm going to compress these pistons back down to fit the new pads, and then we'll put on the new rotor and pads. So it turns out I ordered the wrong rotors from Rock Auto. The ones I got were for the 15-inch wheel 4Runner, which I didn't know they made different braking systems for the different wheels. That's kind of stupid, but anyways, I had to go to AutoZone and get some Duralast rotors because I didn't want to wait for Rock Auto again because I need to get this done because I'm moving. So I paid double the price, but whatever. So that side's done. So now I'm going to move on to the other side and get that all buttoned up, and then see what else I have time for today. Might try to do like a really quick polish on it, and get the thing looking a little bit better than this oxidized paint that won't absorb every single dirt and fingerprint that touches it. So both of them are back on and tightened back up. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a little test drive and bed them in. Because I got to go to Walmart and return some stuff. So I'm going to go do that and see if it fixes the issue of the car shaking very badly from these rotors being warped. And then I think I'm going to give it a quick polish all over. And yeah. So I got this old crusty nasty armrest off. It was just 8 screws on the inside. And now I'm going to rip off this old leather so that we can put on this new leather I got there on eBay. So I decided to leave most of the leather on there. I just ripped it off around the edges so that the new leather can squeeze in between there. And then up here, let's see, I've got some of this spray adhesive, so I'm going to spray some of the spray adhesive all around it and let that tack up, and then wrap this new leather around it. So I got it all wrapped. It was super easy. Just sprayed that adhesive on it and it turned out pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and slap it back in the car and see how it looks. So you can see that looks a ton better. It doesn't match right there, but I prefer that black leather because the steering wheel will eventually be freshly reupholstered in black leather as well. But that took me about 15 minutes. It was super easy. You can still see some of the cracks underneath through it, but I'd rather have that and still have the padding on it. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video. It's probably a little quicker than I had planned. I polished the door a little bit here to get some of the fingerprints and gross stuff that was on it before. I don't know if I've shown it in the video before, but in a separate video I'll install those speakers and polish it because I'm running out of time today. So please leave a like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at NickJournette, and I'll see you in the next video.